Alright, solving exponential equations part 5. So, example 1. Example 1 is 6 to the power of x plus 9 is equal to 216 to the power of x minus 2. So now this looks a little bit different, but we're going to treat it the same. We still need to get our same bases. So I'm going to break down the 216 as 6 and 36. 36 will break down into 6 and 6. So this will be 6 to the power of 3 times what I had earlier, so the x minus 2. On the left side, stays the same, 6 to the power of x plus 9. Now my bases are the same, so I can just drop my bases. I get x plus 9 is equal to 3 times x minus 2. I'm going to distribute this 3, so this will be 3x minus 6 is equal to x plus 9. Okay, I'm going to move the x, so I'm going to subtract x to both sides. What I get, 9 equals 2x minus 6. I'm going to move the 6 now, so I'm going to add it to both sides. They cancel on the right, so I get 2x is equal to 15. Now I'm going to get x by itself, so I'm going to divide by 2. X is equal to 15 over 2. Just leave it as a fraction. You don't have to simplify it any more than that. There's your answer. Okay, example 2. Example 2 is going to be 5 to the power of x minus 5 is equal to 125 to the power of x plus 7. Okay, so I'm going to break down the 125. So I'm going to say 5 and 25. Break down the 25, 5 and 5. So this will become 5 to the power of 3 times x plus 7, which is equal to, on the other side, 5 to the power of x minus 5. Since my bases are the same, drop them. On the left, I get x minus 5 is equal to 3 parentheses x plus 7. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to distribute the 3. 3 times x, 3x. 3 times 7 is 21, and equals x minus 5. From there, I'm going to move the x to the other side. So subtract x. So negative 5 equals 2x plus 21. And now I'm going to move the 21. So I'm going to subtract 21 from both sides. They cancels on the right. 2x is equal to negative 26. So now I'm going to get rid of the 2. Divide by 2, divide by 2. X is then going to equal negative 13. Okay, example 3. Example 3 is going to be 1024 to the power of x minus 4, which is equal to 4 to the power of x minus 7. Okay, so here I'm going to break down the 1024. I'm going to say 16 times 64. 64 will break down into 16 and 4, and then 16 will break down into 4 and 4, and then 4 and 4 for the other 16. So I get 4 to the power of 4 to the power of 5 times x minus 4 equals 4 to the power of x minus 7. Okay, from my bases will cancel out. I'm left with 5 times x minus 4 equals x minus 7. I'm going to distribute the 5, so I get 5x minus 20 is equal to x minus 7. I'm going to subtract the x, so I'm going to move the x, minus x. So I get 4x minus 20 is equal to negative 7. Now I'm going to move the 20, so plus 20 to both sides, plus 20. So I get 4x equals 13. And then I got to get rid of the 4, so I'm going to divide by 4 both sides. So x is then going to equal 13 over 4. Just leave it as that fraction right there, and there's your answer. Okay, example 4. Example 4 is going to be 243 to the power of x minus 4 which is equal to 3 to the power of x minus 1. I'm going to break down the 243. Let's say 3 and 81. 81 will break down to 3 and 27. 27 will break down to 3 and 9. And then 9 will break down into 3 and 3. So I'm going to get 3 to the power of 5 times x minus 4, which is equal to 3 to the power of x minus 1. Bases are the same, drop them. So 5 times x minus 4 is equal to x minus 1. Now I'm going to distribute the 5. So I get 5 times x, 5x. 5 times negative 4, negative 20. And then equals x minus 1. I'm going to move the x, subtract the x from both sides. I get 4x minus 20 equals negative 1. Negative 1. I'm going to add 20 to both sides. Cancels. So 4x is equal to 19 and divide by 4. Both sides. So x is then going to equal 19 over 4. Like I said, just leave it just like that.